Hey guys, so the other day I went to Ikea and I saw this really cute octopus, so I purchased him. It's a cute plushie, and I thought I would make a drawing out of him, so I drew him into a shapeshifter. Here we go again, another character made by my plushies that I own. So yeah, um, originally I didn't know, how I wanted to go about this, but I did have a reference. Apparently, there was some mobile game being advertised on Facebook, so I took that picture as a reference, and it was like an anime character. I guess it was like some sort of Asian dating simulator type of thing because there's a whole bunch of those that pop up if you like anime. So yeah. So I'm not really interested in playing those types of games, but there are some nice poses and a lot of them have like pretty boys and stuff like that. So I thought, why not use that as a reference? Now, the face I ended up making was kind of more of like a younger pretty boy aesthetic compared to what it was originally. Originally the person had like a longer face and the hair didn't look as short on him. So just as perspective, I think I kind of rounded out all the features to the point where it was kind of more like a little bit more of a younger person. So yeah, which I think still looks nice and it makes it my own character, so I don't have to worry about like, oh, I copied a reference full on. The hair, I did kind of get the idea of the hair as him as like that reference that I was using, but at the same time again, I made the hair a bit shorter so it's not like a full on copy of that. His arms ended up being way longer than they were supposed to be, but I thought why not keep it in that length since octopi, since they have long tentacles anyways. So to resemble that, I just kept it like that. I'm gonna tell you guys up front, when I drew it and there was no face on it, it kind of reminded me of Slenderman, which scared me a bit, but I was like, I'm gonna make this work somehow, and I think he turned out really nice. He looks super pretty. It's not like scary or anything. Um, I do think the whole long arm and the big hands actually fit into like the type of creature he is, so it's not taking away from his character or personality in any way. And even though it's not like realistically proportioned, I think it's still like it has more personality that way. So yeah, his skin is darker than how the octopus plushie, like the color tones on him are. So I have to say that I use more of like a goldeny brown. He was kind of lighter than that, but it's okay. We'll go with that. Doesn't have to be like super accurate. I think the thing is I don't really have like an orangey golden color, so it didn't really like match completely. But I think working with darker tones is a good way to practice different skin tones, so it's not that bad. But it's still an unrealistic color for a person because he is like supposed to be a shapeshifter. The only thing that was difficult was anything that I shaded in pink, like on his cheeks, his nose, and his mouth. It was not showing up anymore because I used like a darker brown to shade those in already. So it's kind of just like that. And then I did make it that the bottom part of his arm and fingers are supposed arm, hand, and fingers are supposed to be like this lighter yellow color. So I did keep the aesthetic of like what he actually looked like in terms of like colors. Um, what is it? The tentacles, I had fun drawing them. I'm not gonna lie. It's it's really fun to draw like different things. I love drawing animals that have like tails and stuff, but octopus don't have tails. So I decided to just go and draw the tentacles. Here's the thing, I could have made all of his hands, all of his arms actual human arms, or I could have made them all tentacles, but I decided to do this thing. I did this with another character where I drew them as a sailor, and I think it's in my drawings playlist, but it's a red octopus. It was supposed to be based off this small octopus that I had, this plushie. So I decided to kind of do the same thing where two of the tentacles were hands, and then the rest of them are like the actual tentacles, but they're coming out of the back area. So yeah, I wanted to do a mix because also I wanted him to seem more human-ish compared to how an octopus actually is. So yeah, I did add more human features onto it so that way it's a shapeshifter. His hair, I decided to go with an orange color just to kind of match the whole aesthetic. I feel like this orange color could have worked for his skin tone too, but to be honest, my markers are running out of ink. And also, I didn't know what to color in his hair, so I think doing this was kind of a better option for coloring in his hair, so that way there's like different colors and I didn't have to worry about thinking of what to color in his hair. Originally, I was gonna keep it white, but then I was like, there's nothing on the octopus that actually is white, so there wasn't any point of that. And then for his shirt, it's kind of like a cardigan. I did something like soft-ish. I didn't really want like any hardcore type of clothing. This character isn't necessarily supposed to be super edgy, so to match personality-wise, I made a gentle type of character. Since his face I accidentally made it look more of like an Asian baby face, to be honest. And a lot of Asians have baby face because it's like too smooth and it's round, so it looks kind of so a lot of people look younger. So yeah, so I ended up just making him wear a cardigan so that way it plays into his softness, like his character looks soft rather than edgy. So yeah. I didn't want to go too crazy with different types of clothing. Um I've just been keeping it simple recently with like my shapeshifters because I want the characters to be the main center point rather than you just focusing on the clothing. However, I did color this in a dark green and I feel like it matches like seaweed, so we're just gonna say it was meant to be. I actually was thinking about seaweed when coloring it in. I wanted to do like some oceany colors. I was gonna do blue, but then I do have a couple characters where I did blue before, so I decided to do this like darker green. And I don't really use this green that often, so to be honest, it was like a new type of shade that I used. So it's good for like new characters to have different colors. I think it doesn't clash with his skin complexion, but more so just makes his skin tone stand out more. So it does look really pretty. It's not like getting in the way of anything, to be honest. It kind of just matches. The fear of having a two colored like character in terms of like skin tone, um, or if you're drawing clothing or if you're drawing clothing, to be honest, making something have more than two to three colors ends up being a bit iffy in terms of like the colors can clash and sometimes there's way too many colors and it's not really like pleasing for your eyes. So aesthetic wise, I always try to keep in mind not too many colors. So yeah, but the most I've ever put on a character I think is like three colors. So kind of like this where like there's two different skin tones and then there's the shirt color. So yeah. And then I have For his pants, I just made it kind of a lighter green. It's more of an aqua color, but I didn't want to do like matching shirt and matching pants. There's something about like wearing the same color when it comes to softer clothing. Like if you wear the same color for your pants and your shirt, it ends up looking like pajamas. So I really want to stay away from that. And then for his tentacles, I kind of colored it in a lighter color, like a lighter golden brown color. So I think this color matches more for like the actual octopus itself, but it's okay. Like it's similar to his skin tone, it's just a bit lighter, but I don't think it necessarily doesn't match like his tentacles from his body, so I think it works out pretty well. I honestly should do like more shapeshifters that have like different amount of arms. Normally for like some of the dragon shapeshifters, I used to do like characters. I have a couple where they have like four arms, but I really want to play with that a bit more. It's a bit more challenging when you start adding more features that aren't really like supposed to be there on normal people, but you're trying to create creatures. So I kind of want to practice more on that. It's also like you get to practice different hands and different poses. So there's that as well. And then I colored the bottom of his tentacles yellow. Same thing that I did with his arms as well. Honestly, the trip to Ikea was pretty fun. Like, my brother and I were walking around. He was looking for a chair for his gaming, and then what happened was I saw this octopus and I wanted it. So we had a like the shopping cart and I put it in, and my brother was pushing him around. I put him in like, you know, the seat on the shopping cart that's supposed to be for kids. I ended up putting the octopus there, and it was super cute. I think like I don't know. For me, I enjoy shopping. Some people, they like rush through it, but sometimes when it comes to like groceries and stuff, I enjoy that the most. But I do pick out things really fast, so I don't take a lot of time to figure out what I want. So yeah, but that's basically it for this video. And then I'm gonna be outlining him. His hairstyle, I haven't really done a hairstyle like this before, so it was kind of fun. Um, some parts were similar to some characters that I've drawn before, but like the overlapping and stuff, I haven't really done many characters that have similar hairstyles, so it was fun to draw that. Also, this kind of strays away from me drawing characters with like super long hair. I normally draw characters with long hair now because a lot of my favorite characters have that aesthetic. So yeah, but this was kind of new. For his eyes, I did like shade them in with a little bit of gray, but they're mainly white so that way they match his eyes. To be honest, the octopus plushie kind of reminds me of that video game called Octodad just because of the orange color it has, and the eyes are quite similar, but this time I made it into a more like charming character. I didn't want to do a monster aesthetic like that. So yeah, and this one's definitely a younger character too. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Check down in the description box below. I'll be posting all my social media there. You can like and follow those. And I'll be posting all the process work for him. Um, yeah, I've just been trying to figure out what else to draw. And I'll get back to doing more drawing videos. I am just waiting on my Red Dead of Night cosplay though for Genshin. I am so excited. It's on its way, but it's on the plane, so I don't know how long it will take to get to my house. But it says by next month I should have it, so who knows? Bye!